Like I was saying, from one PR nightmare to another. DJ Envy, his lawyer told him, don't say anything. He comes out on air, tries to state his case. Feds raid the office.
Yeah.
Start snatching laptops. They arrest his former business partner, Flippin' NJ, a.k.a. Caesar. Apparently, he made bond, right? $1 million bond was
Caesar.
So 10% is about $100,000. And apparently, he put houses up as collateral.
Oh, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him, Reg?
Caesar? No, I don't know Caesar. If I knew him, I would have no problem saying I knew him.
All right. Nah, I know you flip houses too.
Yeah, but like,
Flipping rainbow.
apparently, like
Rainwater.
he's way better at it than I am.
He's better at something. I don't
yeah.
know if it's the house flipping. But
I mean, I don't think he's completely inept when it comes to like flipping houses. I think he just saw opportunity to scam people while continuing to flip houses.
I agree with you.
I think there are people that he didn't fuck around with that they actually did business. And then I think there are people where he just saw some wiggle room in terms of scamming them. And then I also feel like there's also like room where people who do Ponzi type stuff feel like they're going to get ahead of the scheme.
they're going to be able to pay everybody back before
before anyone finds out.
Right.
So I think what happened was, I think he thought, I'm going to scam all this. By the time like I flip the bread and do all this other shit, I'm going to get ahead of the scam and no one will be the wiser. It didn't really work out that way.
Clearly.
That's how you know.
Clearly. Does Envy
How do
get
I
caught up in
know?
all
You
this?
usually do that.
I haven't scammed
That's a
anybody.
detailed breakdown of this mind.
He knows
No,
the Ponzi.
Somebody ran the
it's a
Ponzi.
Now to the
detailed.
Ponzi.
It's a detailed breakdown of someone who knows finances.
Nice. Does Envy get caught up in all this?
Because you got to think, how many businesses are technically set up as Ponzi schemes and you just don't realize it? Your bank is technically a Ponzi scheme.
The pod is a Ponzi.
It's a legal Ponzi, but like you could deposit $10,000 in a bank and your $10,000 deposit turns into $100,000 by like the end of the week and no new money is created.
Yeah.
That's a Ponzi scheme.
No, that's not a Ponzi scheme at all.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah,
That
it
is not
it
a
is.
Ponzi scheme.
Okay, I'll give you an example. All right. So you deposit $10,000 in the bank.
Uh-huh.
Right? Once you deposit $10,000 in the bank only holds on to 10% of your initial deposit. Okay. 90% of that deposit gets reinvested, loaned out, so on and so forth.
Your money is also FDIC. It is also.
Yeah,
Up to
it's
250,000.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
That's fine, but I'm saying it is legal.
Was it 50? It might be 50,000.
250,000, quarter of a million.
Okay.
So
So your money is good either way.
that $9,000, say Amar wants to buy a car, he borrows $9,000 from the bank, right? The bank basically gets that. So your $9,000, they give to Amar. Amar gives it to the car company. The car company then deposits it in the bank.
Yes.
Right? And then now the bank loans it out again, but then it shows different because the $9,000 that Amar owes shows up as debt. So that's still kind of balanced out on the sheets.
So that's still not really a Ponzi scheme, right? A Ponzi scheme is.
I understand what a Ponzi scheme is.
Then what do you
Let him-
explain this for then?
Let him explain what a Ponzi scheme is.
But go ahead.
For those who may not.
Yeah. A Ponzi scheme is I take your money, right? And I promise you a return.
Yeah.
Right? And now for that return, I'm going to borrow and take money from somebody else and to pay you, right? So this way you get your return. I promised that person a return. Now I got to get money from somebody else to cover the return.
So
Yeah.
you're over
Right?
leveraged technically.
Right. That's
You're
a Ponzi
always
scheme.
over leveraged.
So that's different from the bank. How?
Because the bank has insurance and other.
And
Yes,
the
the
bank-
bank, the bank has insurance. The financial crisis was due to banks basically not being able to get ahead of the scheme.
Right.
They over leveraged themselves, and then the market crashed.
That's the same
Right,
thing
but-
that happened recently with Silicon Valley.
Yeah. So my nigga, it's
And we
the
had two banks
same.
go
Hold on.
It's
No,
the same thing.
it's not the same thing because
The
from a bank,
technique and the math is different, but it's the same thing.
from a bank,
Not
you
the
can
math.
take money, you can borrow money, right? You can't borrow money from the Ponzi scheme.
Yes, you.
There's
can.
no money to borrow, usually.
Yeah, there is.
You're not borrowing money.
You're putting into.
You're putting money in, and they're telling you, you give us this much money, we give you this much back.
And
That's
then
the
they
The
get
Ponzi scheme, you're talking.
bank doesn't guarantee
You're
return
talking
to you.
about a straight linear definition of what a Ponzi scheme is.
Yes,
It doesn't
yes.
work like that in real
Tell me
life.
what's a non-linear Ponzi scheme.
It doesn't
Banking
work like
is
that.
what he's-
You gotta think about it as a pyramid.
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, Jawan, it's not like you're taking the money and then you're doing this and then you're lending it. then what would be the point of the Ponzi scheme if the person that was in the middle of the Ponzi didn't make a profit?
No, but he does make profit.
Because he's taking a percentage off everything you put in.
I understand that. What I'm saying is that person also buys assets. He buys cars and he buys houses.
So
And then he loans it. He might have a legitimate business to build around it. When you look at the Bernie Madoff thing.
Put it in terms of flipping.
Okay, so in terms of flipping, that money that he takes, he probably does put into real estate, right? And he enriches himself. It looks good in regards to optics because the reason that you're receiving the money in the first place is because people believe that you have this business.
Yep.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So
And he did promise in return, and it was
you're
higher than
promising
what
return.
you normally get.
So you're hoping at some point, maybe in the beginning.
Know what he just said.
I understand.
His returns were ridiculous. He's saying you're gonna get 50% or 150% off.
Hey, he probably oversold it, but
like crazy.
Now a bank won't oversell it. Bank's gonna tell you we're gonna give you
4%.
No, I think
5%. Like it'd be
it's not even 0.5. It's 0.03%.
Right.
Well, it depends. There's high yield savings.
The high yield is
CDs.
0.1% is considered
I
yield.
get you a 4% savings account right now.
Yeah.
Or 5% savings account right now.
It's like an online bank, right?
Five-
And then that's
5%
like,
is the highest.
who has a 5% savings
Off
account?
camera, I'll tell you.
Okay, that's
I got you. I just
weird.
money.
Because like I think one of the highest checking accounts, not savings, is like 0.1%.
Checking is very low.
You know, I understand.
Yeah.
But like even savings to me, it doesn't really make sense. If I'm gonna put it in a savings account, I might as well put it in like
CD probably get
or an investment account. Like I think I'm averaging like 6%. Anyways, a bank low key is a Ponzi scheme, especially now since they allowed banks that handled investments, like investment banks, to merge with personal banking. That was like Glass-Steagall, I think, after Bill Clinton got out of office.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so they're basically playing with people's money, and they're hoping that before the shit hits the fan, that all the money comes back, or worst case, the government bails people out, which is what happened with the financial crash.
Well, again, real quick, because I want to get it off of that serious financial conversation.
Yeah.
What happens to Envy and all this shit? Does he stay on the radio? Does he get
That's
caught up
tough.
in Caesar's bullshit? Does he get arrested?
So, what I think, I don't think he's gonna get arrested because he's gonna sing. He's already made it clear that he's gonna cooperate.
He's cooperate, yeah.
Right? And
Caesar publicly establishing that he wasn't part of the scam, I think, helps him a little bit.
yeah, and then he said he was a partner. He wasn't a victim, though. Envy and his lawyer said he was a victim. Caesar's like, that's bullshit.
Well, I think that clip of what Joe said is he's not a victim if you're literally calling people. If you're asking Clue, Joe, Fab for money, it sounds like you're a part of it. And that's why that clip was kind of damaging.
You could be a partner and a victim.
Okay. He clearly was soliciting people for money.
Yeah, but you definitely, well, basically, I think in the clip, it was more so I'm not soliciting people for money, but I'm presenting people with the opportunity, which is different.
His angle has to be is that he was using his influence for honest business intention, and then Caesar got dirty with it before he knew.
But
it.
That's what he's going to say.
He said he even gave Caesar money that he never saw.
Yeah, that's
I
the
believe
victim
too.
point of view. And I don't think his lawyer would co-sign that and put the statement out unless they could prove it.
I mean, depends on the lawyer. We all know that.
No. Like,
There's some
I
bad
mean,
lawyers.
I don't think he's using Pra's lawyer, so I think he should be all right.
I was a bit shocked that he
Caesar, I
didn't
don't
miss
think
a
it-
day on the radio. Even after the raid. They raid your
money.
office.
No,
He stayed there.
they actually said the radio station wasn't rated though. They put a statement
was an
out.
office.
His lawyer said they weren't rated. They went in to actually inform DJ Envy that his partner had been arrested, and I guess to question him or something like that in regards to the arrest.
And he sent them with the cell phone. I'm lying. That's not.
Yeah,
Buzzing with the mic on him.
yeah.
But
I
not the death of the Breakfast Club then.
I don't. No. I feel like it's possible that he walks away not completely unscathed. I think he takes a hit in regards to his public image, but if he can prove, and again, like I'm assuming he has a decent lawyer, that he was also a victim, then and he cooperates, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's going to have to.
Caesar's going to jail.
Oh, yeah, Caesar's definitely going to jail.
Caesar's done up.
Caesar's
He
kind of
said it.
owned he's going to jail.
He said it right.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to see what's in the case because there's only but so much telling he can do.
Right.
And if he's like gets implicated further and like people are like, oh no, I gave Envy this money
Yeah.
and I didn't get the money back,
And that's what they're trying to make it.
then he's gonna be in some trouble.
I think Envy gets hit with civil suits. I think they're gonna try to come after the radio station for some civil suits. People gonna try to get
that's
money.
part
And
of it.
when they do that, then Envy's gonna lose his job.
And that's why I think the Breakfast Club is
And it's gonna be
I
Charlamagne
think it-
in the morning.
I think it
Envy
depends.
guest host.
I think it depends.
Charlamagne,
They're gonna
whoever you
come
want
after him
there.
for civil suits.
Yeah, if they
They're gonna
come
try to get
after,
the break.
they're going to come after him for civil suits. That's going to automatically happen. Now
He's implicated.
the tricky thing is when you get sued by one person, automatically, because I think the average person or the layman doesn't understand how like lawsuits work. There are such a thing as frivolous lawsuits.
Of course.
So
ambulance chases and such.
So if we all are in a room and Darnell has a genuine like grievance with somebody and Darnell sues him and we're all in here and we're like, well, we were there, so maybe we should
We could all just sue?
throw in a lawsuit because at the very least, what happens when you sue a lot of companies or you sue a business or you sue whoever, they do a cost analysis and they're like, listen, fighting this is going to cost us $30,000. It's cheaper for us to just give them 15 or 20 to just leave us alone. So a settlement isn't an admission of guilt. It's just a basic math equation. I've been sued before.
I'm sure.
Nobody's shocked.
But the minute he cost them a decent amount of money,
Yeah, when it
Got it.
gets to a certain point, yeah.
Something going to
I don't even think it has to be a crazy amount of money. I think it could be
I think it's-
50,000. They like,
I think it's
Nah, it gotta be higher than that.
I think it's less money, and I think it's more so like when the optics turn. Because right now, their ratings are probably up because of this.
It might be. I mean, well, staying with optics, Young Miami winning another BET award for podcasting. She might be the next Breakfast Club host. But
I can see it.
what do we feel about someone like Young Miami? I think she had 6 episodes in her most recent season.
Like, hold on, before
Second one?
we speed past this, let's talk about how you just took Darnell's job.
Okay.
Oh no,
How do you feel about that?
Nah, that's Chris Paul and
You
Steph.
just a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying Darnell, like,
That's
he's
Chris Paul.
killing it right now.
I could play on
I
and off the ball. Pause.
Oh,
Here we go.
Dwight Howard time. All right, we can move on. Not bad.
Mad boards. But yeah, Young Miami winning her second BET podcasting award in a row.
What's your job, Rich?
Just
Nigga,
take
I
the ball.
Your
see
real
it.
life job. Tell the
Take
truth.
all the air up in a row.
Nigga,
Tell the truth.
My real life job, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, that's
man.
your job.
Yeah, I don't know where to start, man. I'm a
DT.
investor. I'm a consultant.
Flipping rainwater.
Ponzi scheme artist.
Rainwater.
I'm a landlord. I just evicted somebody, and that's like literally this
What
week.
you gonna evict? You evict
If you evicted these people, you got to be losing money.
No, I'm up because of the value of the property, but it's just like it's tough when you're an out-of-state investor. Once they know you're out of state, it's very easy for people to get like too
You be keeping
comfortable.
their security?
Huh?
You be keeping their securities?
What do you mean? The security deposits? Yeah, of course.
When you gonna do your real estate seminars?
Nah, never.
Nah.
Nah, man.
Joe said that's the first
The crazy
step
part-
to Rico.
He's the real.
The seminars.
He's the real season. Remember, he was trying to get us buy a house in Illinois.
Oh yeah, on the layover.
It's
He's
Illinois.
like, yo, give me.
There's no S on it.
Give me 1,500. I can get you this crib. And he was like, what?
1,500 for a crib is
Yeah.
for a house.
Okay, so again, those houses out there are like short sales. They're like mad cheap. I was able to snag one for like $5. All right, man. I just flipped it.
Try to
Juwan,
move
I can
along.
show you the paperwork. I bought a crib for 27.
You got your 1,500 ready? I'm just saying.
Nah, I bought it for 27.
Not to say
I
nothing
bought
on
it
mic.
for
You see how they be
27.
wrapping niggas up. I'm Chipotle.
Dog, I bought it for 27. I flipped it for 120. My nigga, like what? Like where's
The
who am I
profits
hurting?
are crazy. The profit market is crazy.
That's 150.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
How much money you put
Get
in?
you a crib.
Oh, no money. You just got to hang TVs and move them in.
What are you talking about?
That's what Caesar said.
No, you buy the house.
That's-
You
yeah,
buy the
that's what
house,
Caesar said.
you do whatever repairs, and then you move them in. But you move them in because you're waiting for the house to appreciate.
Frogging property development.
I'm not really even like half the time I let the tenants sit in there because it's like they're almost house sitting at this time because it's like it's almost better for them to stay in there
Squatters.
than and just let the rent accrue to the point where it's just like I don't know, I sue you or like you qualify for some program or I'm gonna get my bread one way or another. And then I sell the property and
We gotta move on.
yeah, we could move on. Stop playing with me.
Stop lying, eh?
He knows what he does.
Stop lying.
Nigga, I have paperwork in the next
mental
room.
gymnastics is
Yo,
crazy.
that might be the envy clip.
What?
What he's saying, I call my Desert Storm family. I call clues.
Joe
That's
told me
crazy.
Ponzi.
Lying. Nigga, you've been to my store physically.
Exactly.
Why you let him-
Exactly.
And my store's a scheme?
You gotta let the bus go.
Schemish.
Oh, okay. That's wild.
It's a shared address.
How's it shared address?
There's 2 locations at the address.
Why? Don't let him.
The
Aha.
barbershop
Take a
next
beat.
door?
That has the same
You
address.
own a barbershop?
Huh?
You own a
No, I don't own a barbershop.
That's fire, Red. You own a
That would be
barbershop
no.
too?
They're my neighbor. It's one building and it's like 2 storefronts.
You got it, Joe. You own a barbershop. That's fine.
But Young Miami
didn't know that.
went in.
Darnell's a piece of shit, man.
I didn't know that.
Who else showed up?
I didn't know about
That's
it.
a
I would've
fact.
showed up. Nah, I would have showed up.
You're a good friend, man.
Don't do
I am
that.
a good friend.
You're a good friend.
I am.
Just not on camera, but in real life, you're a good friend.
Good friend.
Horrible on camera.
This nigga been in my store once, and he ain't buy a single thing. He was there for 5
This
minutes.
is true. This is true. I still.
There's more.
I have like
context there you
18
didn't
Lux
even
Limited
catch.
candles.
You heard,
You
Reg?
had a descent too?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't
You heard,
get
Reg?
What?
There's more context to that you didn't even catch.
What?
When Lamar came to the store.
I showed up. It was to see Jawan, but I showed
Oh
up.
shit, that is true. You pulled up to me with Jawan.
Yeah, I did.
That's so crazy. You are a piece of shit. You're a bad friend. You're a bad
I
friend.
did show up to see Jawan.
That's crazy. The candles are fire.
Hell.
The
They
candle.
were completely sold out.
Scent too.
Yeah.
The cologne.
The cologne, I think we have like one miscellaneous bottle left, but we didn't
That's
like
the
sell it because it was a sample.
Praise on
joint.
people who walk by.
Yeah.
What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought? What you thought? What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought?